afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes, on this glorious Thursday afternoon? And you, Celtic Koi, I see you. Yes, and a brand new channel. My man Adrian over in Ireland has popped his cherry. He's put his first video out, so if you can do me a massive favour, if you can go across to Celtic Koi, give him a subscribe, drop him a comment, tell him the Twisted One sent you out. I can guarantee you it will tickle him pink. So, been out with Ma this morning. I was still waiting for a phone call back, but we spoke to a nice glazier, well, I think that's what they call him now, a glazier. Nice gentleman who owns glass cutting Basingstoke, I think it is. And well, I didn't really pay much attention to the sign. I went in, asked him what I wanted, and he said, I can sort that. He said, what sort of glass do you want? I said, well, don't have to be something too expensive. So he said, what's it for? So I told him. He said, oh, you definitely want a bit of safety glass in there. He said, I could do safety glass here. He said, so I don't have to order it in because it's not toughened or laminated or whatever. But yeah, I'm just waiting for a price. And we are going to have some real posh sliding glass doors on the Frankenstein pond. And most of you out there, right, my house is getting numb sat on the edge of this fucking decking board. Got a lot of condensation on top of the lid. Now I'm taking a bit of polystyrene off, and we will take the lid off, and we will have a look inside in a minute. But I'm going to jump in a minute, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hoover out the water, and then I'm going to look round the area where the water had stopped to see if I can find anything. If I can find whatever it is that's caused it, then there's a good possibility I can save myself some money and some fucking hassle just by patching it. But there's a massive part of me that really wants to just put a new liner in and have done with it. Shower, it looks absolutely awesome. I am going to make a few more. I'm going to put some more holes into the spray bar itself. In fact, I might even change it from 1.5 down to 1.25 and then do it like I've done with the shower on Frankenstein Pond, where there's so many holes on it, it's like a gentle flow, and then chucking some plants in the top in there. I think it'll look right, especially once they grow and they start coming over the front. I'll keep the insulation on there. I'll have to cut a hole or whatever for the plant to drop into, because I intend to keep it in a pot. And whether it's a fern or something like that, the ferns really seem to like it. But yeah, I'm going to put a couple of plants in there, maybe a small pot for some mind your own business to come over the front. I've trimmed the mind your own business here, and in comparison to when I tried training it a fair few months back, because I've been trimming it regularly, and when I say regularly, sort of like every few days, it's nice, thick and bushy, so when I cut the front off, it looks like a hedge still. So chuffed to bits with that, because if I do get my way and I put a new liner in, I'm going to want it to grow over that. So yeah, let me spin you around a second. By the way, lean against that Tempest. Really? No, that's not my arms. That's better. Let me spin you around a second. Right, zoom you out, and I got the last 4 cups in. So yeah, every slot is now taken And I'm gonna take the canvases down from the wall in the tow side tank and put them into the filter area because it's shut off from both tanks. And the reason for that is because the moisture is not doing them any favours in there. So there is a good possibility that I might end up putting a row of shelves on there, because it's only going to get bigger. I think it's 101 mugs. So yeah, next place to be building them will be if you squeeze through that gap. See if I can do this clever. See that pink canvas there? That's going to come off. And canvas is above it and next to it will come off. And then we'll make some more shelves like this for the next round of cups. But you see what I mean about the mind your own business? It still looks like a bush. Calla lilies are really starting to take off now. I reckon by the end of summer they're going to be absolutely explosive. The new carnivorous plant is doing alright as well. So is the, I mean, I had to be very careful cleaning the cuttings off from around there, because if, and this, like, it annoys me when I see people in garden centres going donk, 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 I'm making them close. Well, that ends up killing them. So yeah, I had one closed in over a bit of plant, but that was fuck all I could do about that one. But yeah, I'm trying to keep the mind your own business away from it to stop that from happening. I mean, once everything's, because I've got a bit of moss to put in a couple of places. I want this area here to stay mossy because this is a shade area. So the mind your own business will come round to about here and then tether off, and I'll probably let it fill up the back bit there. And fag ash. And then once this one gets to here, but I will always keep a circle open there, because then that shows me what the flow is like for me old ball valve thing. But we'll spin around here, shall we? You spin me right round, baby, right round. Right, so let's open this lid. Whoa. I would say that media looks pretty goddamn pucker, don't you? But I'm gonna chuck a load more holes in that, and I'm gonna chuck some more media in there. And like I say, I'll set a couple of pots on there with half a lid, or leave the lid, just cut some holes in so that the actual plant pot sits on there, and then I can put polystyrene around it. Job done. Then once it grows and that, it'll just over the top. But like I say, look, it still has not moved a fraction at all, so it cannot be the pipework, or the pipework under the floor. So yeah, I'm going to finagle my way into here and get the hoover going, and then I'll come back to you in a bit. Hole, and I haven't cut anything yet other than the I'll show you this return here that was for part of the airlift system. Now if it turns out to be the barrel, then I can take that out and just hook straight to the easy pod, not a problem, because before I move this over here and set it on the old drum, I have noticed that one, I can then, in doing what I'm going to do, get you right, in doing what I'm going to do is, one, the tank's going to get more light. Two, going to have more media. And three, since I've got to chop and change everything around, Why the fuck not? No, it's not stable at the moment, but you'll be able to smell what I'm cooking. But I think not. Oh, that was another thing. And also doing it this way will give me some more space for some mugs. Right, let me spin you around. You spin me right round, Stubbsy. Right, so yeah, I've cleaned up round there. I've had to sponge the water out, and the amount of shit that was settled in the bottom of there was absolutely unreal. And there's a big part of me wants to put some cement in there so it just all slopes down towards that 4-inch pipe coming out of there, because there is a drop. There's about ½ inch between the bottom of the pipe and the bottom of the sump. Trust me, it don't smell fucking nice. Like I say, I've cut that 4-inch pipe nice and flush, and what I'll do is I'll wang a bit of polystyrene in there, and then I'll go over the top of it once this is dried with some silver foil tape. But I had the shower, let me zoom this out, I had the shower along that way, didn't I? Now I've thought, as long as I can get to that lever there and that lever there, I'm golden. So if I take the shower from there to there, not only can I get an extra box in, but it also creates more light in the tank. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a win-win-win-win-win-win. So because I can get some mugs in that corner, another 2 rows there, and then maybe I could get another row in just along there. I haven't got mug here to. Here we go. Look. See, I can get another mug in there, look, and still be able to get a lid in without it causing any issues. So yeah, we might even get another run going in there and around the corner and finish them corners off as well. Hey, here we go. Bless you, my friend. Oh, Mark, we lost Mark last year. But anyway, I digress. But yeah, the shower itself is looking absolutely pucker, because I'm going to be adding more media in there and changing the spray bar. That's not a problem. And then if I get, I think it's a 25 litre tub, so it's sort of like one of these and a little bit, and yeah, I'll put that on the bottom. Now the only thing I'm not sure on what I'm doing is whether I'm just going to put 2 bulkhead connectors in the bottom and have them pour out, or put a water blade on it, or I might even do like I've done on here. And you know, these old slide valves, after a while they can be a bit of a bitch. Now if you're making a shower or anything like that, you can then turn them into returns, because you can heat up the inside, pull the old pipe out, and then you can solvent weld a fitting straight into it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and that's what I've done on this tray here. See, there's the bit that you would usually put a sleeve in and then put your 1.5-inch waste pipe in. Why worry? Don't spend, just save your money for that sleeve that costs you about 4 quid, 5 quid, and just wang some some solvent weld adhesive round the outside of the fitting and wang it in. Job done. And then just screw it in place with some silicone, and you're laughing. And I mean, these love it. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. so I can get another 25 litres plus whatever else I put in there with Alpha Grog and the mixture I've got left. So yeah, will mean with everything else, because that's full of active K1 and stuff, what I've got in there, extra on there, this is Alpha Grog in here. So yeah, if everything goes right, touch wood, we should be flying along on the old Grand Show with the difference this year. I tell you, Dave, I'm coming for your title, boy. Yeah, you love it. I know. Cracking banter. That's what it's all about. Anyway, I'm going to get this moved so I can get them unscrewed, and then I'm going to jump in there with the tape measure just to double check what size liner I'm going to need. I do think I might have to put a little bit of cement in round the bottom drain to get it to sit level, but I've got a couple of screws that are being a bit persistent. So yeah, I've got to go and get a screwdriver and a little tap with a hammer. I just hope I don't break the ring, because that's the most important thing. So yeah, that's where we're up to. So many ideas flying around my noggin at the moment. It's fucking crazy. Oh, if only you could see inside my mind. No, you wouldn't want to see inside my mind. Anyway. Well, my little fruit bats, I've actually been in, and I've now sliced down the corners and round the bottom. I've taken the bottom out, and I've sliced down the corners, because when the new liner arrives, I want to be able to get it as square as possible. And the rubber liner, because of the way it was shaped and the way we had to put it together, it was pulled quite tight over the corners, which is why the corners started tearing. But it was actually the joint down the middle of the liner that we made. Now, if you remember rightly, we took two pieces of rubber liner, we put a bead of silicone, then we put a layer of pond liner tape, and then I had another bead of silicone over the top. So it was done belt and braces, and literally just above the waterline, where the piece of liner is down there. I'll show you it in a minute. But yeah, literally from where the waterline had stopped there, because we had the airstone there, didn't we? Literally underneath that airstone, when I moved the airstone, I saw it flap, and I was like, "Yeah, bitch." So yeah, the seal of the silicone and the liner tape and the silicone, just even on rubber, it didn't like it. It didn't like it at all. You can see how this bit's loose here as well. Look. So yeah, it was that split there, and it was quite tight across there. I'm so surprised it's actually lasted as long as it. Looking at it now, the way that it's tightened and everything. I mean, even though I've slit it, you can still see how it was circular. Now, if I push back to expose the corner, now that's the corner. That's where the liner is. So yeah, but that's where it went, in that spot just there. So what I've got to do now is come in here with some blue roll, get the whole lot cleaned up, because this polystyrene, I shaped this polystyrene so it's solid, it's not going to go anywhere. I've got to get a bit of polystyrene in there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a bit of rubber liner and I'm going to put over there, so then we're definitely not going to have any sharp edges when I put the next liner in. But yeah, that is what was causing the problem, and when I get out I will show you the bit of liner itself. Yeah, this was the bit at the bottom. and that's where it had gone in there, and of course it was seeping through. So yeah, that's the end of that liner. Shame. You see there, the liner tape has held on that bit. Look, just let go on that bit. Fucking typical, isn't it? But like I said, I'm glad I got as much use out of it as I have, that's for sure. But it looks weird without having the shower there. Liner should be arriving Saturday. And if so, I will probably get it up and running and just get it running and coming out of that pipe into the tank for the minute until I can get another tray and I get down there built so it will take the shower, and then I'll then just take it round and hook up to it. It'll also give me a chance to get a bit of CLS and get some bits of wood in for some more shelving. So yeah, so it wasn't that. It wasn't the bottom drain. I didn't think it was, but proved myself. Oh, I didn't slash that corner, did I? No, I didn't. But you can see how much it's pulled round. So yeah, we'll get a nice crisp hospital corner on that with the new one. But yeah, just got to get in with blue roll, give the bottom a good clean and dry out, and then we're away once the new one arrives. Measured it up, and it's actually 4 meters by 4 meters, but I've got a 5 by 5 liner coming. But yeah, onwards and upwards, my cupcakes. So yeah, I'm going to clean this lot up and get it put in the rubbish, and yeah. So there we go, guys and girls. I finally know why we dropped some more, and like I say, surprised it actually lasted as long as it has, looking at it. But yeah, there we go. I will more than likely pick you up Saturday if the liner arrives. If not, we will definitely see you on Sunday. Don't forget, 2 o'clock Sunday live. But as always, guys and girls, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that schmizzle. You know I love it. You've been twisted, Coy. No, I've been twisted, Coy. You lot out there have been always great. And we will see you Saturday or Sunday.
That's all, cupcakes.
Yes, makes it all worth it.